Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Dr. Varkis Ophthalmology Tutorials. The topic for today's discussion is interstitial keratitis. So interstitial keratitis is one of the types of deep keratitis. So you can define interstitial keratitis as is a type of deep keratitis, that is inflammation of the corneal stroma without primarily involving the endothelium or the epithelium. Okay, so it mainly affects the stroma. So what can cause interstitial keratitis? In the causes you can write, it can be because of the infection or it can be because of allergy. More commonly it is because of the allergic reaction to all these infective organisms. So what are all the infective organisms which can lead to interstitial keratitis? Syphilis is more common, in that the congenital syphilis is more common cause of interstitial keratitis. Then we have tuberculosis, or it can be just a part of Cogan syndrome, acquired syphilis, trypanosomiasis, malaria, leprosy and the sarcoidosis. Okay, so these are various causes of interstitial keratitis. So coming to the first type, that is syphilitic or the lutic interstitial keratitis. So if you take congenital and the acquired type of syphilis, it is more common in the congenital type of syphilis, and it is bilateral if it is inherited type of syphilis, and unilateral in case of acquired type of syphilis. So even in the congenital disease, the disease usually manifests in the 5 to 15 years of age. It may not be manifested in the initial 5 years of age. What is the pathogenesis? So as I told, it is more commonly the antigen-antibody reaction. So in the fetal stage, the child is exposed to the Treponema pallidum organisms. So the organism, that is Treponema pallidum, invades the cornea and sensitizes this cornea even in the fetal life first. Then after this period, if the child is exposed to any fresh invasion by the Treponema organism or the toxins by this organism, then there is antigen-antibody reaction, which will lead to the inflammation of this sensitized cornea. And any surgery or the trauma to the eye can trigger this process of inflammation. So this is the pathogenesis. So what are all the clinical features of interstitial keratitis? We have Aitchison's triad here, that is nothing but interstitial keratitis, Aitchison's teeth and vestibular deafness. And when we have this interstitial keratitis, it can progress in these 3 stages. Initially, that is initial progressive stage, then there is florid stage, then stage of regression. So what we see in the initial progressive stage, it usually lasts for 2 weeks first. Okay, so first there is anterior uveitis. As I told, there is invasion of the organism from the system, that is from the blood vessels to the most vascular tissue of the eye, that is the uvea. So there is anterior uveitis. So we have the evidence of KPs on the posterior surface of the cornea. There is edema of the endothelium and the deeper layers of the stroma, which will eventually lead to corneal haziness, leading to ground glass appearance of the cornea. So here the patient will have pain, lacrimation, photophobia and the blepharospasm. That is all the symptoms of the uveitis and the keratitis. If the patient is not treated, you may go into the second stage, that is the florid stage, which will last for 2 months. The initial stage was for 2 weeks. Then we have florid stage, which is for 2 months. Here again the eye is inflamed. If you see the eye, there can be circumcorneal congestion. There is deeper vascularization in the form of brush-like vessels. So if you just write this diagram and write this much, it is understood that you have written everything about the florid stage. So there is deeper vascularization of the brush-like vessels. So this vessel with a ground glass cornea over it will give the appearance of Salmon patch. Okay, that's called as Salmon patch appearance. There can be even superficial vascularization of the cornea. This is florid stage. Then the patient will go into stage of regression, which will last for 1 to 2 years, where the acute inflammation starts subsiding, cornea starts clearing from the periphery to the center, but it can leave behind some opacities with the ghost vessels. The deep vascularization which was seen in the florid stage will go into the ghost vessels. So how do you diagnose this case of interstitial keratitis? It's mainly from the clinical features. You can do VDRL, Treponema pallidum immobilization test can be done. So how do you treat this case of interstitial keratitis? We have 2 treatment aspects here. One is local and the systemic. The local treatment, as I told, it's mainly the antigen-antibody reaction. So treat with the steroids, that is dexamethasone 0.1% every 2 to 3 hours, and atropine eye ointment for the symptomatic relief. Patient can use dark goggles. If there is multiple opacities which are not responding to treatment, or if there is dense opacity of the cornea, then patient have to undergo keratoplasty. So in the systemic disease, treat syphilis with a high doses of penicillin, and you can use systemic steroids for the refractory cases. So this is about interstitial keratitis. So whenever you are asked about interstitial keratitis, first write the definition, then go for the causes, come to the syphilitic type of interstitial keratitis which has to be elaborated, write the epidemiological features initially. For the pathogenesis, which is mainly antigen-antibody reaction. In the clinical features, highlight this Hutchinson triad with a box and write this triad. Write the different stages of this interstitial keratitis and explain each one of them. In the florid stage, highlight this salmon patch appearance. In the regressive stage, highlight this ghost vessels, and then diagnosis and treatment of the interstitial keratitis. Coming to next variety of interstitial keratitis, that is secondary to tubercular infection, that is tuberculous interstitial keratitis. The pathogenesis, clinical features are almost similar to the syphilitic type of interstitial keratitis. Only thing is, it is usually unilateral in presentation and sectoral in presentation, that is, it involves mainly the lower sector of the cornea. So here the topical treatment again remains same with the steroids and the cycloplegics, whereas the systemically you will give antitubercular treatment. So if you feel that these videos are helping you, please do subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon for further notifications, and please do leave your valuable comments. Thank you so much.